In 2002, while Tony Hawk's Pro Skater dominated the extreme sports gaming world, a different kind of wheel was ready to spin into the spotlight, the inline skate. Aggressive Inline, developed by Z-Axis and published by Acclaim Entertainment, arrived on PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube, with a separate handheld version for Game Boy Advance. It was bold, fast, creative, and criminally underrated. This is the story of Aggressive Inline. Developer Z-Axis had already proven its chops with the Dave Mirra freestyle BMX games, so the studio was tasked with doing for inline skating what Hawk's team had done for skateboarding. The result was Aggressive Inline, a game built from the ground up to capture the speed and creativity of aggressive inline skating. Grinds, stalls, aerials, and urban exploration rolled into one. At first glance, Aggressive Inline looks like another trick-based sports game, but Z-Axis added several innovations that made it stand out from the pack. The biggest change was the juice meter, a constantly draining timer that refilled as you landed tricks. Instead of being confined to 2-minute runs like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, players were free to skate for as long as they could keep their energy up. The result was an almost hypnotic sense of flow. Every grind, grab, and spin mattered, and stopping meant risking your run. The action button was another innovation. It allowed players to interact with the environment, vault over rails, swing around poles, grab ledges, or skitch behind cars. Levels weren't just playgrounds, they were interactive worlds full of moving parts. Progression worked dynamically too. Instead of buying stats, you improved them by using them. Grind long enough, and your grind stat would rise. Spin often, and your rotation ability improved. It was intuitive and satisfying. The more you played your way, the more your character evolved. While other extreme sports games of the era were built around small, timed maps, Aggressive Inline focused on huge, interconnected environments. The verticality and scale were impressive for the time. You could climb, grind, and fly across sprawling environments without a loading screen interrupting the action. The sense of discovery was a major part of the fun, encouraging players to look for new ways to move through each space. Like its BMX predecessors, Aggressive Inline featured real professional skaters from the Aggressive Inline world. The roster included Chris Edwards, Jaron Grobe, Ty Chris, Franky Morales, Shane Yost, Matt Lindenmuth, Eito Yasutoko, Sven Bokhurst, Matt Salerno, and Sam Fogarty. There are also a few fictional or bonus characters, including female skaters Chrissy, Jordan, and Bombshell, depending on the version and unlocks. Each skater had unique animations and special moves, capturing the individuality of real-world pros at the peak of their sport. When Aggressive Inline launched, critics were impressed. Major gaming outlets praised its freedom, innovative systems, and technical polish. Its reception was well received among the Aggressive Inline skating community as well, probably mostly because the tricks were pretty accurate and realistic, and the playable characters physically represented what most skaters of the day looked like. On Metacritic, the game averaged around 85 to 88 out of 100 across platforms. Despite critical acclaim, Aggressive Inline didn't achieve blockbuster sales. Inline skating simply didn't have the mainstream visibility skateboarding did, and Acclaim's marketing couldn't overcome that cultural gap. Within a few years, both the publisher and the genre itself began to fade from store shelves. But among those who played it, Aggressive Inline earned a lasting reputation as a creative, daring entry into the extreme sports genre. Many features it pioneered, larger open levels, RPG-like progression, and interactive environments would later influence other action sports titles. Looking back, Aggressive Inline stands as one of the most inventive extreme sports games ever made. It dared to rethink the formula, ditching time limits, adding interactive worlds, and embracing flow-based gameplay years before open-world games became the standard buzzword. It was ahead of its time, and while it didn't spark a lasting franchise, its ideas still echo in the genre today. In short, Aggressive Inline didn't just compete with Tony Hawk, it rolled past him in a few clever ways. It's a game worth revisiting, not just for nostalgia, but for the sheer creativity that still holds up more than 20 years later. The game has never been re-released or remastered digitally. The best way to play it is with an original disc for PlayStation 2, GameCube, or Xbox, or through emulation such as PCS X2 for PS2, or Dolphin for GameCube. Physical copies still appear on eBay and in used game shops. For collectors, the PS2 version is often considered the most stable, while the Xbox release offered sharpened visuals and custom music. The Game Boy Advance version is a fun curiosity, but far less ambitious. And there are other video games that feature aggressive inline skating. The most popular would probably be Jet Set Radio, also known as Jet Grind Radio, which we've done another video on, so make sure to check that out if you haven't. There's also the game Rolling that seemed to have run into financial issues with its developer and it never fully released, and a game titled On a Roll that was crowdfunded but ran into several release issues as well. Brandon Drummond from Blader News did a deep dive on that on his channel, so if you want to learn more about that, make sure to check that out on his video as well. For enthusiasts seeking a new video game with aggressive inline skating for modern consoles, there is a game in the works called Franky's World, which is going to feature Franky Morales, one of the original and many people's favorite playable characters from the Aggressive Inline game from over 20 years ago. It appears the game will showcase more than just skating, which may make it more successful to serious gamers. Although Aggressive Inline set the bar high, it seems like the demand is still there, at the very least among the blading community. And although the statistics are hard to get, it's not a far-fetched to assume that Aggressive Inline and other inline skating games might be something that motivates people to try inline skating or maybe even strap up again. What are your thoughts? At the very least, it would be cool to see Aggressive Inline streaming on the PlayStation Network. I remember being so stoked as a teenager at Blockbuster and Hollywood Video, seeing rows of those game cartridge boxes lining the store with Jaren Grobe grinding on a rail and Rosies. It validated what we were doing at that time. Do you remember meeting up with the crew at a friend's house to skate, but first had to battle it out on the screen? Drop your comments below. We love hearing your thoughts and memories. Also, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet so you can stay updated with all of our content. And if you're looking for some new inline merch, check out our online store at bladeandcreate.com. We ship internationally, and your support helps keep this channel and videos like this rolling. Thanks again for joining. Hope you enjoyed. Go skate and have some fun.